I'm HIV positive, and we're trying to have a baby.
I am 26 years old and I'm a medical assistant.
I am 33 years old, and I'm a stand-up comedian.
My name is Andy Fez. I'm the first ever openly HIV positive born stand-up comedian.
Jim taking your medicine yet, sir?
I do it right now.
Andy and I met on a dating app.
I realized I was attracted to her as soon as I saw her photos. Like, do y'all see her? Like, shit. Immediately swipe right.
It was initial attraction for sure.
When we first met, we were literally glued to the hip.
And he never left my apartment, so we've literally been stuck together since.
I wasn't homeless, y'all.
Andy told me about his HIV status about a month into us getting to know each other. I was very shocked.
So I manage my virus by making sure that I take my 2 pills, which is Tivicay and Prescovix.
I didn't want to stop talking to him because of his status. I did want to see where things would lead to.
I go to the doctor maybe about every 6 months, and that's just to make sure that my blood test is still good, my detectable status is still there.
Listen, when I talk about hope, it's not always just like the things I've lived, but also like the reframing of my own thought patterns. Like me personally, this wouldn't be my journey to finding a spouse or love, as we would say. I wouldn't be open to it. That's just where I land right now, just being honest. And yet I still believe that there's a journey out there that's hopeful for someone like him who was born with HIV. And I can only imagine, like, if I had been born with HIV, I would want someone to not hold my status against me, because it's not my fault. It wasn't his fault. He was born with it. But I'm just being honest. Since that's not my story, I don't desire to enter into a relationship that way. And that's just my preference. And to be honest, reacting to this really shows, like, and you know how they say there's somebody out there for everyone. I don't necessarily live by that, but I will say, hearing her share that she didn't want to hold his status against him really shows her heart, and speaks to, like, really there is hope no matter where you are, where you find yourself, because here it is, HIV is taboo, it's not something that, people want to be around for valid reasons, right? As long as it's not, being disrespectful and rude, but for valid reasons. And you have a woman saying, or, someone saying, hey, I'm not going to hold that against you. I've heard of people getting in relationships with, with someone who's HIV positive. I just never, I guess, watched it. So, but this is cool. It seems like, just from their interaction, of course, this is some sort of reality TV recording, so you never really know it's real, but it seems like they have a genuine interest in one another. And he seems to have great energy, seems to be in a space where, like, hey, I have it, but it doesn't have me. And that is the mindset, like, for life in general. And I believe part of that, like, having that mindset allows you to attract someone who sees your heart and sees who you are, and who's willing to, give you that space and opportunity to have marriage and romance and family with them. And as I heard them say at the beginning of the video, that they're actually planning to have a child. So that's dope. So let's see what the rest they got to say.
Undetectable means untransmittable, which means that there's literally a less than 0% chance to transmit to Jasmine. We also use contraceptives, making sure that there's no way that she can, contract HIV from it.
Interesting. Well, I think this is amazing. And the one thing about, as I said earlier, about hope is it challenges our mindset. because I don't think any of us have it all together. But I can speak for me. I know I don't. And if I had a daughter or a friend, I can't honestly say that I would be like, yeah, you should be open to dating someone who was born with HIV. I can't say that I would say that. I just can't. But I can honestly say that I think it's one of those things to where I would need to have a positive approach and mindset to it, because it's not this man's fault or that woman's fault when you're born with HIV. And even if you contract HIV just out here, living, the life doesn't end for you with all the medicine that's out there. And as you say, he said, like, he's on medication. He goes to the doctor every 6 months, and they're taking steps to make sure she never gets it. And I think part of being honest in this conversation is saying, like, hey, this is an area I can grow in. I can grow in the area of understanding that this doesn't have to be as taboo as I felt like it was prior to watching this, and just accepting that, like, this is some people's journey, and it's not fair for them to miss out on certain aspects of life, especially if there are resources out there available to help them live that life to full completion, and then also not have an effect on others in a negative way. So, man, kudos to them. Hopefully they will have get married, have a healthy baby, boy or girl, and have a happy home, happy family. But y'all let me know if this is something that y'all could do or not. Like I said, for me, I'm still of the mindset that I wouldn't be interested in doing it, but I do want to have the right perspective of others who choose to do it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.